Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'm fine, dear. I have a topic to discuss with you how to overcome self doubt and building confidence.
Converting progress. Let me know if there's a particular aspect you'd like to dive into first.
Okay, my first question, what does self doubt means to you?
That's a great starting point. To me, self doubt is that inner voice or feeling that makes us question our abilities, our worth, or our decision. It can create hesitation and sometimes hold us back from taking action. Overcoming it often involves building self awareness and practicing self compassion.
In what situation do you most often experience self doubts?
That's a really insightful question. A lot of people experience self doubt in situations like starting something new, facing challenges at work or school, or even when dealing with social situations or public speaking. It can also pop up when we're comparing ourselves to others. It really varies from person to person.
How does self doubts affect your decision and action?
Yeah, self doubt can definitely have a big impact. It can lead to hesitation, second guessing ourselves, and sometimes even procrastination. It might cause us to avoid opportunities or to settle for less than we're capable of. Over time, it can really affect our growth and confidence. That's why addressing it is so important.
Okay, what are some common causes of self doubts? Fear of failure, compressions.
Absolutely, the big ones. Fear of failure can make us worry about making mistakes or facing judgment. Comparisons to others can also trigger self doubt, especially with social media or seeing others' achievements. Also, past experiences, especially negative ones, can play a role. And sometimes even perfectionism or unrealistic expectations can fuel that self doubt. It's often a combination of factors.
Can self doubt ever be useful or healthy? Why or why not?
That's an interesting perspective. In some cases, a little self doubt can actually be useful because it can encourage humility, self reflection, and a desire to improve. It can help stay mindful, avoid complacency, and strive for better. However, when it becomes overwhelming or persistent, it can be detrimental. So it's really about finding that balance and using it constructively.
How does self doubt influence your confidence or motivation?
Yeah, self doubt can definitely impact confidence by making us question our abilities and our worth, which can lead to or even avoiding challenges altogether. Not feel inspired to take action or pursue goals. On the flip side, overcoming self doubt can really boost confidence and reignite motivation, helping us to grow and take on new challenges with a more positive mindset.
Okay, how does comparing yourself to other increase self doubt?
Yeah, comparisons can definitely fuel self doubt because when we measure ourselves against others, it's easy to focus on what we lack or what we perceive as other strengths. This can create feelings of inadequacy or the belief that we're not good enough. It can also lead to perfectionism or constantly feeling like we're falling short. The key is to focus on our own progress and strengths rather than comparing ourselves to others.
Okay, or how does comparing yourself to other increase self doubts? It's breaking confidence or play in building confidence.
Yeah, comparing ourselves to others usually leans more towards breaking confidence because it can highlight our perceived shortcomings and make us feel inadequate. It often creates that cycle of self doubt where we focus more on what we lack rather than what we bring to the table. That said, if you can shift our perspective and use comparisons as inspiration rather than a benchmark, it can actually help build confidence. It really depends on how we frame it and how we respond to it.
How do other people's opinions yourself believe?
Yeah, other people's opinions can definitely shape how we view ourselves. Positive feedback can boost our confidence and reinforce belief, while negative or critical opinions can fuel self doubt. Sometimes we internalize others' perceptions and let them influence our self worth, which can be both positive and negative. It's important to find a balance and develop a self that's not overly dependent on others' opinions.
What are some practical ways to challenge negative thoughts?
Absolutely. One great approach is to practice cognitive restructuring, identifying those negative thoughts and challenging accuracy. Another helpful technique is to reframe those thoughts into more balanced, positive perspectives. Keeping a journal to track these thoughts and your evidence for and against them can also be super useful. Additionally, practicing self compassion and mindfulness can help you become more aware of these patterns and respond with kindness to yourself.
Okay. How can celebrate small achievements help build confidence? Explain with example.
Absolutely. Celebrating small achievements helps reinforce positive behavior and build momentum. For example, if you're working on a big project, celebrating completing a small milestone like finishing a chapter or reaching a certain number of tasks can give you a confidence boost. It shows you that you're making progress and that your efforts matter. Over time, this habit helps build a more positive self image and increases motivation to tackle bigger challenges.
What role does setting realistic goals play in overcoming self-doubts?
Setting realistic goals is really crucial because it helps create a clear, achievable roadmap. When we set small, attainable goals, it's easier to experience success and build confidence gradually. Each accomplishment helps counteract self doubt by proving to ourselves that we're capable and making progress. Plus, realistic goals reduce the feeling of overwhelm and make it easier to stay motivated and focused.
What habits can you develop to maintain confidence during through times?
There are definitely some great habits to cultivate. For instance, practicing daily gratitude can help shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life. Another habit is regular self reflection, where you review your achievements and acknowledge your progress. Also, maintaining a routine of self care like exercise, mindfulness, and enough rest can really keep your mental and emotional resilience strong. Surrounding yourself with supportive people and seeking constructive feedback also plays a big role.
Who is someone you admire for their confidence and what can you learn from them?
Oh, that's a fun question. There are so many people who inspire confidence. For example, someone like Oprah Winfrey is often admired for her resilience and self belief. From her, we can learn the importance of authenticity, resilience in the face of adversity, and the power of empathy. It's also really inspiring to see how she turned challenges into opportunities and maintained a positive mindset. It shows that confidence often comes from embracing your unique journey and staying true to yourself.
How can failure or mistakes actually help build confidence?
Absolutely. Failures and mistakes can actually be some of the best teachers. When we encounter setbacks, they give us valuable lessons and help us understand what works and what doesn't. Overcoming those challenges builds resilience and shows us that we can persevere. Each time we learn from a mistake, we gain more confidence in our ability to adapt and improve. It also helps us develop a growth mindset where we see challenges as opportunities rather than threats.
How important is self compassion is overcoming self doubts?
Self compassion is absolutely vital. It helps us treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially when we make mistakes or face setbacks. Instead of being overly critical, self compassion allows us to acknowledge our struggles and encourage ourselves to keep going. This mindset reduces the impact of self doubt and helps us build resilience and confidence over time. It's really about being your own supportive friend.
Thanks, dear, for your helpful talk with me. I properly understand how to overcome self doubts and build confidence. You are outstanding, boss.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad I could help, and I'm always here if you ever want to chat more, dive deeper into anything. Keep up the great work, and I'm sure you'll do amazing things.
Okay, the phrase.